What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest movie from one of the greatest filmmakers of the generation, Ridley Scott. He's back at it again with another movie, and we're talking House of Gucci. This movie has a great cast to it. You got Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, and Selma Hayek. When Patricia Regina, an outsider from humble beginnings, marries into the Gucci family, her unbridled ambition begins to unravel their legacy and triggers a reckless spiral of betrayal, decadence, revenge, and ultimately murder. Ridley Scott, it's been a while. Actually, only a couple months. His last movie was The Last Duel. Last Duel is fantastic. One of my favorite movies of this year so far. And so going into House of Gucci, I wasn't really as excited going into this film because of the mixed reception it's been getting. Of course, the plot line, the storyline about this movie, it's been getting some controversy, but the cast all around did have me interested in checking it out, and it is Ridley Scott. So of course I'm going to see anything Ridley Scott puts his hands on. So what did I think of this movie? Is it another hit from Ridley Scott, or is it another miss from him? This is another miss from Ridley Scott. House of Gucci was a chore to get through. This movie is a mess from start to finish. Story-wise, plotline-wise, and filmmaking-wise. Just, I don't know what the heck was going on in this movie. Production design-wise, cinematography-wise, costume design-wise, this is an excellent produced film. Just as I expected, it's a Ridley Scott movie. Usually his production design is really great in his movies. The costumes are definitely getting a nomination. The production design could possibly get a nomination too. And just the way it's produced, it looks like a really clean-cut Hollywood film. All the actors do a great job. Mostly Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, of course, coming into acting, she had a big rise from A Star Is Born. I thought she was great in that. And she's back into acting again, and she's great in this movie. She possibly saves this movie from being one of the worst movies of the year. But I do think Lady Gaga is fantastic performance-wise in here, and it possibly matches her performance or surpasses it from A Star Is Born. And out of all the actors in this movie, she definitely was my favorite. Second favorite would probably be Al Pacino. I mean, Al Pacino is a boss. I love the man. Whenever he is in a movie, I just love watching Al Pacino. And in here, he is a kind of a despicable character, but Al Pacino does it to the best of his ability. Adam Driver is Adam Driver. He is not as good as he is in The Last Duel, but I do think he's decent. Yeah, that's it for the positives, guys. So, what is wrong with House of Gucci? Oh yeah, the one character I despise, Jared Leto. Could not stand him in this movie. The makeup is unrecognizable. That's the best thing about his character by far. Could not see Jared Leto at all at that face. But his character all around, the way he talks, he's just like, I like this outfit. House of Gucci. Out of all the characters in this movie, he frustrated me the most. I love Jared Leto as an actor. Most of the time, he gives great performances. But in here, I just could not stand his character. And it dragged the movie down for me entertainment-wise. This movie's almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 37 minutes long. What is it with these newest movies being this long? Like, Ridley Scott's movies are usually very long, but House of Gucci, I don't know, why does it need to be this long? I'm sure you could say, well, it's a biopic, it's depicting a true story, but I just felt the movie did not need to be as long as it did. I get it, it's covering a bunch of stories, but every scene in this movie just really drags on, especially the third act really overstays its welcome. Let's look at The Last Duel. The Last Duel was pretty much as long as this movie, but at least The Last Duel has a story that's very interesting, and the story kept me interested. It didn't feel like it was a 3-hour film, but House of Gucci did feel like that. And it kind of felt like I wasn't watching a Ridley Scott movie, and that is kind of disappointing for me to say. This style, this does not fit Ridley Scott, I think. watching The Last Duel, I could watch that movie. I say that is a Ridley Scott movie. The way that's directed and acted. But with this movie, I did not see Ridley Scott at all. I just didn't feel any ambition or entertainment or enjoyment just watching it. It just felt like a really nice produced Hollywood film with one good performance and the rest of the characters very unlikable, kind of bland. Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on House of Gucci, if this is your guys' first time checking out the channel and you like this review and want to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button for weekly reviews as well as rankings and live Q&As. I talk movies all the time here, and you're not going to want to miss what's coming out on the channel. House of Gucci had potential to be something good for Ridley Scott, but this ended up being just a what was that kind of movie. At least Lady Gaga is very good in the movie, as I hope she would, but the rest of the movie was a chore to get through. It's really terrible script and a terrible story to follow through, and this movie really disappointed me. On my rating scale, I'm going to give House of Gucci a D+. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on House of Gucci. What did you guys think of House of Gucci if you've seen it? Did you love it, actually? Did you think it was okay? Did you hate it? Let's discuss it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!